Hi, I'm Tanner Harris. I'm the Food Service Manager for the Regional Food Distribution Association. Welcome to TB in Season, December edition. Today we're going to be making Bison Tourtière using local bison from Stanley Farms, ground pork from Giantview Farms, Brule Creek flour for the pastry crust using Slate River Dairy, and eggs from Tarrymore Farms. We'll start by making our pastry, then we'll cook up our filling and finish up by assembling the pies, which you can either freeze to use later or cook right away for dinner. We're making our pastry with Brule Creek flour today, which is really flavorful but a bit different from the all-purpose flour you may be used to. I've blended the two flours together in order to get both the Brule Creek flavor and the softness of the all-purpose flour. There's two important rules to making good pastry. One, you have to make sure your fat, your shortening, lard, or butter, like we're using today, is cold. This prevents it from emulsifying with your dry mix and adds to the flakiness of your pastry. Two, you can't overhandle your pastry. Mixing it too thoroughly emulsifies your fat with your dry mix. You want those lumps in there because as they cook, they act as separators between your pastry layers, creating those flakes that you want. Cut your cold butter into small cubes and then cut it into your flour mixture until the whole thing looks crumbly and your butter lumps are the size of small peas. Crack 1 egg into a 1 cup measuring cup, beat gently, add 1 tablespoon of white or apple cider vinegar to the egg, and top with ice cold water to reach 1 cup total. We add egg to the mixture to make it more pliable and easier to roll out. The vinegar helps prevent the formation of gluten, which makes the dough tough. Make a well in the middle and slowly add your ice water, mixing your dough by hand until you gather it into a ball. Cut your dough into 2 equal pieces, shape it into discs, and wrap it with plastic to keep it from drying. Now we're going to put our dough into the fridge while we prepare our meat fillet. We've got a beautiful yellow onion and a head of garlic that we're going to mince. Place a large skillet over medium heat and add a tablespoon of cooking oil. Add the onion and garlic and stir until they smell really good. Then add the ground bison and pork and break it up finely as it cooks. It's great to add the pork in with the bison due to the bison being such a lean meat. The pork adds a bit of fat and moisture. Stir in 1 tablespoon of savoury, a teaspoon of cloves, a teaspoon of cinnamon, and a teaspoon of sage and thyme, which we gathered from our garden at the RFDA. We'll also add a teaspoon of celery salt, a teaspoon of salt and pepper. Add a cup of beef, bison or chicken stock, and let your pan simmer on medium-low until the stock has evaporated. Grate 2 peeled potatoes into your pan, mix them well, and remove them from the heat. Let your filling cool for at least 1 hour before you try to put it in your pie crust. Now we're going to roll out our pie doughs and form our pies. Roll your dough out on a lightly floured surface to about 1/4 inch thick and place it into your pie plate. Spoon your filling evenly inside and press it down to remove any hollow spaces. Beat 1 egg to make an egg wash and brush it on the outer edge of your crust with a pastry brush. These eggs came from Tarrymore Farms. Roll out your second disc of dough to about 1/4 inch thick and lay it over top of your filled pie crust. Pinch around the edges with your fingers to seal your crust and make it look nice. And make a couple of cuts in the top of the pie to let steam escape. Now, at this point, you can either seal your unbaked tourtière in a plastic bag and freeze it until you're ready to use it, or you can bake it now. If you're baking it right away, brush the top with your remaining egg wash and then bake your pie at 375 for about 45 minutes or until it's golden brown. If you're going to be taking it out of the freezer and cooking it from frozen, bake it at 425 for 20 minutes to start, then turn it down and bake it at 375 for another 45 to 60 minutes. Once baked, let it sit for 5 minutes, then cut it into 8 pieces. I like to accompany my tourtière with a blend of roasted root vegetables. Thanks for joining us to learn what's in season in Thunder Bay in December. To learn more about local food, visit tbayinseason.ca.